look at that little sun there. You know it's funny. My eyes are actually so bad without glasses or contacts or whatever that I thought this chair at first was all camo pattern, and I was like, this chair is basic as fuck. I was like, it's comfortable, it's functional, but it's basic. I'm like, ugh, because I thought it was like some camo shit, right? Look at that. I don't know why, but I think that's so cool. It's almost like an old map. Look at that little lady there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. No, look at it. It's fucking pretty. Okay. I just figured I would show that because look, there's another one. The little sun. Pretty interesting. But so basically this rant today, what I wanted to rant about is a couple of things. It's a few things. One aspect is I was going to talk about discipline. And discipline is what I mean is this. I mean, like, discipline in all of its forms. Like, I'll give you an example. Now, me per se, I do drink occasionally, but I drink very seldom. And the main reason why is because me, I have what do you call it? Goals. So like me, I want to put on more size and more muscle. I want to fill up my clothes with more muscle and look better. You know, so obviously, if you're a tall, skinny person like me, you're always going to look better the more muscle you put on, the leaner muscle you put on, and the more your clothes are filled out. And then obviously, however you want to build your body, you build it. You build it up. And obviously you've done your research and you know what muscle groups you want to target to get a certain look or effect on your frame. Depends on how it's going to look. And part of bodybuilding is simply your body structure, like knowing your frame, what's weak and what's strong. And by weak and strong, I mean like the way it looks, and it could be the functionality of it. Like for instance, I'm tall, so I'm tall and thin, and I have long limbs. So when I do, like, let's say a deadlift, I like doing a deadlift. I like doing deadlifts. When I do a deadlift, because my arms are so long, when I raise up, it's very easy for me to just yank something up from that position. Like once my legs are spread out and my pelvis is going downward towards the ground, for me to stand up, and I'm not arching my spine like a cat, like like the wrong way, the right way. When I actually use the power of the glutes and the leg muscles, to raise up, my arms are long, so I'm standing up, and whatever's on the ground, it's just coming up. I don't have short arms, so it's not like it's a struggle. But like let's say, for an example, like someone with shorter arms could do something, and because they have a shorter arm, for me, I have a lot of length, so there's a lot of room for error because there's a midpoint. There's a bone. The bone is longer, so there's just like if you take a long stick and a short stick, the long stick is more easily to break or has error because it's longer, whereas something with, what's the word I'm looking for, a compact size, a shorter size, may have more structural stability because it is shorter. It's just physics, in science. It's shorter, so there's, what's the word? Less range of motion. That's what I'm looking for. So it's going from one point to the next more easily. It's just, there's more stability there. Whereas it gets longer, more outstretched. Think of it like if you're holding something close to your body, how you have more power, and the longer out it goes, the less that power it's diminished to some degree. So there's strengths and weaknesses, you know. But then a person like that, think of it this way: if I'm sitting there and I'm moving to the outside, right, and I'm jabbing that person, right, my jab is hitting that person. You know, my jab, I have more reach. They have to come on the inside. I have more advantage combatively in that aspect because my limbs are just so much longer. So these strengths, weaknesses, man. But what I'm saying about discipline is when you're trying to build muscle, it's not it's not gonna serve you in an optimal way to drink. You know what I mean? Like if you're really committed like me, you're not gonna be able to drink a lot. You know, not you're just not, not what's the word I'm looking for? Like you won't drink. You'll drink very seldom, not regularly. And then also another thing I have to say is me. I'll admit I'm a very angry, hot-tempered, violent, very capable, very physical person. So me drinking is not necessarily a good idea when I'm in a state like this. Like when I'm alone, you know, I don't have anything to celebrate. I look at it like this. I treat myself when I have something to celebrate over. Like let's say if I get on the scale and I read the scale and I found out that I gained like 10 pounds, which is for me is a lot. Or if I get on the scale and I realize I gained even 5 pounds and most of that is solid muscle, maybe I'll have a drink. You know what I mean? If you go and you look, and I'm speaking for myself and just others in general, like if you go and you look in the mirror and you see how you're looking, and you're looking pretty good, and you're like, man, I got a lot of this base muscle, you know, they call seed muscle. You know, like you got this base, so even if you were to slack or let's say not work out for a while, you've built so much, you know, which obviously I have not, you know, but there's people out there, you know, dudes that are fitness, what do you call some people are personal trainers and shit, bodybuilders, and some are natural. They're not all on steroids. Some of them that are natural. You know, even if you're on steroids, it wouldn't matter. There's no no disrespect. Like if you take steroids, nothing's wrong with that. That's just your choice, your road to getting whatever goal you're trying to get. But what I'm saying is to say, to get to the point, is that when you have built a base of something, it's just like martial arts, same thing. Like when you have trained enough to get some skills and you have a base, well then it's an accomplishment. So you could celebrate. You know what I'm saying? But the problem with most people, what I'm really going to get to, is the problem with a lot of people in this age. Probably always been this way, but just I see it a lot. You know, I live in this age. I don't live in any other age. But the thing, what I'm trying to say is this: is that people always seem to be in a celebratory mode, and then a lot of people, they haven't really accomplished much of nothing. You know what I mean? Like at least what I mean by that is like they have personal goals that maybe they want to accomplish or things they want to change or do. They ain't done shit really. You know what I mean? They done the same old shit day in day out, but they'll go hit the bottle and that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, but me, I'm just a different type of person. Me, I don't feel right in my conscience if I don't have not accomplished something special to me. It would just make matters worse for me to drink. You know what I mean? Like, or celebrate something or put something in my body because it's like, for instance, I'll give you an example. Now, if I was, and I'm gonna keep it real, like fuck the bullshit, fuck the bullshit, you know, because I'm a real person. I just tell how it is. If I was getting laid regularly and constantly, which I'm not. You know, I haven't gotten fucking laid in probably like a year or something. You know, it could be more than that. It's probably been like a year or something. So what I'm saying is, if I was like today, find some chick, you know, that was attractive because I'm a picky person. I don't just I'm not one of these people that fucks anything with a hole or anything that has 2 legs or 4 legs or whatever the fuck. No, you know, a chick has to look right. She has to look good. She has to, or else I'm not gonna be interested. But if I was to find the right chick and fuck that chick today, I would probably go and have a drink. Matter of fact, I'd probably go have a drink with the bitch. Simply because I accomplished something. That's like if you're walking home and you found, let's say, $400 in an empty wallet, except that it had $400 in it. That's $400 that's free that you did not work for. You might as well go and say you could go celebrate with that, because it's like me. The thing is, this is just I'm just a different person. What I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, I believe in rewarding myself for an accomplishment, not just for the sake. And I'm not saying it's like I never do this, because I sometimes I'll have a drink or something, but it just depends. But I do find that, like, there are long periods of time that I know it is just not a possibility or optimal for me to do certain things when I'm trying to do certain things, because if I was like to do certain things, it would just jeopardize my goals and jeopardize whatever system or whatever program I'm trying to run and get whatever goal done. It's just like, I'll give you an example about how in this society, people that maybe, let's say, they have no martial arts background, they have no training experience, they have nothing, they don't understand when the importance of safety. And I'm not talking about safety like baby safety, like I work at a job, not like no fucking ladder safety. That's bullshit. I'm talking about safety as far as like your situational awareness and your spatial awareness, you know, and being on high alert and always looking at things for threats and recognizing a threat. Like as simple as, if an object is close to you and it's in a certain range and distance where it could harm you, you're trained, if you are trained, or maybe naturally you're just sharper, you know when something or what angle it would be in to potentially harm you. You know what I mean? If someone takes a posture where it could possibly be threatening, or it could lead to a combative action, your eyes will you're like a robot. Your eyes will zoom in right on that, like a fucking camera. Like if you had a crosshair, like, the movie Terminator, it's like that. You're like, your eyes will, and it doesn't have to say you won't may not look directly because you use your periphery a lot. It won't look like you're looking at them. A lot of times people think, oh, he's not looking at me. They'll say, oh, he's not looking at me. He's not paying attention. No, it's that I'm using my peripheral because I'm looking at everything that's going on around me. Because it's called situational awareness. You have to be able to see what's going on, all around you, what could potentially be a threat, you know. And once you're like someone like me, once you train that skill enough, it's just ingrained in you. There's no, it's almost like there's no turning that off, and it should not turn off, because as a person, unless you're a person who just, doesn't give a fuck. I mean, there's places you can go in this world where literally, if you're not sharp enough, you could potentially end up getting fucking robbed, shanked, and raped in the same night. You know what I mean? You do get the point. Some people don't get the point. Do you get the point? Like, I'm a person who, I'm prepared to go in a place like that if I had to. If I have to go in a place like that, that's why you fucking train. Like, obviously you train the physical aspect, like whatever combative systems you use or whatever martial arts styles you're trained in, you train that, but you also have to train this aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Your situational awareness, your spatial awareness. A lot of people have no fucking clue. They're fucking morons. They just don't know. They walk around like a fucking what's the word, like I don't know, like they got a fucking blindfold on, or they got two left feet, or they just, just clumsy and stupid. They just don't understand that there's a whole nother world to when you get up and you're on your 2 feet and you have to move. You have to understand, what is going on, and there's layers to that. But basically, that's also part of discipline. Discipline. A lot of people lack discipline. That's what I always come to the conclusion. A lot of people, they don't know what discipline is. If discipline came down and sat on their fucking nose, they wouldn't know what it was. And that's a huge majority of people. So basically, I say all of that to say, number one, people don't understand that, like, we all have different cultures. My culture is so much different than most people. The norm, you would never know. You just, it's because it's a whole different culture. You know what I'm saying? With me, it's a warrior culture. It's a spiritual culture. It's not what you would just think. I don't think the same way people think. I don't operate the same way most people operate. And discipline is like, I'm telling you, in my opinion, if you don't have discipline, man, it's either one or two things. Either one, you don't need it because you're just all good and set. You know what I mean? It's like, think of it like this way: if you could be a man or a girl, if you look so good that you have no work to do to get to a certain level of something, then you ain't got shit to worry about. You don't need no discipline. It's like if you are so rich that you can blow all types of money and you can take any types of drugs and you can do any types of whatever and you have no set schedule and no structure, no nothing. If you can live like that and function and thrive and get even bigger or better with whatever you're trying to do, fine, great. If you don't need discipline, good. I wish I didn't need this, but with me, man, if I didn't have discipline, I don't know where I'd be. You know, I don't know how I would even breathe. Like I don't know how what would my goals be. You know what I mean? Like if I was one of these guys who'd sit around and say, you know, I don't give a fuck really how I look or I want to change things about myself, but I'm too much of a pussy or I'm too lazy to do the shit to get it done to make some type of change, or I will fuck anything with a hole, so it's anything goes and I'd waste my time. Like let's say if I wasted my time with some bitch that I knew every other bitch could catches my eye. You know what I mean? No, I want the bitches that catch my eye. I don't want no fucking small time bullshit bitch that I don't even, a smile doesn't even come across my face when I see this bitch. You know what I mean? Could you imagine that? Like, if this bitch is so lame or just so average or below average it looks, that, like, shit, you know, anybody could get that bitch. Like, it's like literally she stays single because she gets no attention? No, motherfucker. Like, are you fucking crazy? Like, I'll go fucking jack off before I would even think about fucking that bitch. You know why? Because I would know that even if I was a 3 times more ugly motherfucker than I am, I could still have that bitch. Do you get the point, man? The point is this. The point is that there's two types of people. There's people in life who believe in certain things, and then there's people in life who believe and choose to do another thing. Me, my path is different. I choose the things I do. When I get up, just like how physically, when I get up with my body, how I physically am conscious of what I'm doing and always very conscious, and every move I make is planned. Every step I take, literally, like every step I take usually is not just programmed. It's not programmed. I'm intentionally interacting with my environment, you know? It's the same way with the decisions I make. I don't just fucking just this is the program now. And now I'll admit, if I had some shit going on that was so successful where all I had to do was just do the same old thing every time, then I would do that shit and I would enjoy it. But guess what? The way that my life is and always turns out, I have to really concentrate on the decisions I make. Okay? Because I don't have very many resources. I don't have a lot to work with. And the things that fulfill me at the end of the day, I may not even be willing to work to get the so-called money to have certain things because I don't want to attach myself to something or waste my time with something that doesn't mean so much to me for a certain reason, if that makes any sense. So basically, this rant is about choice, it's about free will, it's about your lifestyle, it's about your beliefs, it's about your culture, and it's about your fucking discipline, motherfucker. Not that hilarious Jadakiss song, but yes, at the same time, it is like that hilarious Jadakiss song. Just show discipline. But don't kill your mom. Don't kill your pop. Don't kill your seed. Don't kill your girl. It is principle, man. It is discipline. You do show discipline. So, you know, I mean, I will say, like, I stay out of trouble, but I definitely know and understand if you're a real gangster, how you have to operate with fucking discipline, because it'll be your ass if you maybe make the wrong move. I'm just telling you. So it's that's just real, man. Some people don't understand. Some people will never understand. But you gotta have discipline, man. That's all. Or maybe not. Maybe you don't need it. Maybe you don't need as, or maybe you don't need to be so disciplined in the same regard that maybe I may need to be. So that's my rant. Have a nice day. I'm about to go eat right now.